had our opportunities. It's tough to win when you only have 4 hits. I thought we had a decent pitching performance. I mean, there was 2 pitches that got away from, one from CC and another one from McCann, but it's really tough to pitch in that situation when you're not producing a lot of runs from your offense. I felt like we were guessing a little bit at the plate, and we weren't really on time for either inside or outside. It's postseason, and I felt like we were just a little tentative and not really attacking the way Mizzou softball can.
Why did you decide to go with Sierra, and how do you think she kind of bounced back after giving up that solo shot?
When I'm scouting and I'm looking at film and I look at what's going to be the best matchup, looking at how they swing and their swing path, Sierra and Krings have been our 2 starters, and Sierra was the better opportunity and the better matchup. So that's where I went with her. And I felt like in that first inning she was a little tight and feeling, first time in postseason in this atmosphere, and was squeezing the ball a little bit, and that ball was a little flat, which is why it was hit out. But I thought she responded extremely well after that home run. And Abby probably can talk about it a little bit. It's trusting your plan. And when you have a game plan going in, and you know how she pitches to you, and then you start to second guess the plan that you have, then you start to guess. And you're starting to say, I think she's going to go outside this time, and then all of a sudden she throws an inside pitch and you're startled. So that's where I saw a little tentativeness on, we weren't really sticking to our plan and then attacking within our plan.
Coach, with 8 runners left on base, what do you attribute to some of the struggles there of just being able to get the runners you did have on to bring them around?
I think it was that way, like we would get people on base, but a lot of times it was with 2 outs. I know we did have an opportunity, and she had 2 huge strikeouts with runners in scoring position, and I think that kind of took a little wind out of our sail at the time. And when you're struggling and you're not hitting the ball hard, then you feel that pressure throughout the game, and you start to rush a little bit. And I felt like we started to panic because she was in control. And we have to just believe that, it was 1-0, that we have every opportunity to be able to manufacture a run.
In the 3rd inning, you guys decided to lay it home. Is that nothing more than you just thought she would make it there, or did you see something happen in the outfield, maybe a bobble or something, that you thought could give her an extra second to get it?
No, and in those situations, I thought she could make it. And, they made an unbelievable play. And the outfielder has to pick it up. She has to throw it. She has to be on time. The catcher has to catch it. She has to make a tag. So a lot of things have to happen. They just happened perfectly. And I would probably send Jenna 10 out of 10 times in that situation because of the type of base runner that she is.
Right before that, the double steal.
Yeah, the double steal. Their third baseman was playing way down for the bunt, and the spacing was there for her to be able to steal. And it's one of those things, too, as a manager, when I see that the hitters aren't on time, and even if they take a pitch or foul one off, when I see that they're not on time, then I'm like trying to create more momentum and trying to make something happen to get someone in scoring position without having to bunt, especially with Alex Honnold up. I don't want to have to take the bat out of her hands, and so let's try to get second and third with Alex up and maybe a deep fly ball then scores. So it was maybe trying to do a little bit too much, but the spacing was there for us to be able to steal. They just made a great play.
Larissa, when you talk to this team, and you talk about getting to Sunday, obviously the mindset's one game at a time, but a longer road to get there. What's the message for the team now?
We're playing a doubleheader tomorrow. And all season long, all preseason for the first month of the year, we're playing 5 games in 3 days. So it's not like we haven't done it before, but our mindset is we're playing a doubleheader tomorrow.
Abby, you had a walk, a hit, a strikeout. When you look at the differences of those plate appearances between success and failure, in a sense, just what was different about those at-bats?
The at-bats I was successful, I wasn't guessing. And the ones I wasn't successful, I was guessing. I was just went away from the plan and didn't work out my way.
Is there some type of silver lining you guys can take away that you guys kind of helped them, as far as offense, you guys helped them for quite a bit, and you're not gonna have too many games. You got 8 left on base.
I thought we had really great pitching. the ball's going to go out. We had 2 pitchers that were throwing that throw rise balls, and when the ball's up, it's gonna go out. It just got too much at the plate. But I mean, I feel like we have great pitching depth, and looking at how many pitches Sierra threw and even McCann, and obviously Taylor only threw 1 batter, and Krings is ready to go tomorrow. Like, we have really, really good pitching depth. So I feel really good about being able to win a doubleheader tomorrow.
Coach, Larissa looked very good through those first 4 innings. Do you see any sign of her getting tired or her kind of wavering?
Only in that last batter. Like, I thought she looked extremely fresh and really strong, and it was just that last batter, and it was 2 pitches before that I had said she's starting to get tired. And then on that next pitch is when I sent Cranny out to go talk to her, to kind of give her a little breath. And I felt like the 20-second clock here was really fast, and it was probably accurate. It was probably textbook. Like, as soon as the ball got in the pitcher's hand, the clock started. And I felt it was a little faster than what we had been used to, which is why I sent Cranny out to go talk to her to be able to calm her down. And I'm guessing it was a hit and run because the runner was in motion on that next pitch, which is a smart move.
Were you expecting that sort of fast pitch clock at the end of
No, I mean, you don't know until it's game time. Like, you don't know, but in that first inning, like, you could feel the rhythm was a lot quicker than what we had been experiencing for the last couple months.
Coach, I don't know how much you got to see of the Indiana-Washington game. What did you see out of Indiana that you guys kind of
Well, there was a lot of offense in that game. A lot. So, I mean, they were very aggressive. Both teams, Washington and Indiana, it was a very aggressive game. I know Indiana is an aggressive team. They like to run a lot. They'll take any advantage of taking an extra base. They're not afraid of short game. They have almost every batter in their lineup will drop a bunt for a hit. So we're going to have to play very fast. We're going to have to be the aggressors, and we're going to have to attack, and we're going to have to get Indiana to be uncomfortable at the speed that they're playing.
Coach, you're obviously hosting once again. Take this first loss. What are you going to have to do to keep this success and again keep these fans coming back for more?
Yeah, and you know, offense sells tickets, right? So we got to be a little bit more aggressive at the plate. We got to attack, and when we play our game, and when we are an aggressive team and win 1 pitch at a time, we're a lot of fun and we're very successful. When we're tentative and we play defensive, these are the type of results. And all season long, all of our losses look the same. They all have less than 5 hits, and we have to be able to recognize how we feel in those environments and in that situation, and be able to know when we're successful how we also feel. So we have to get ourselves into those positions. They have to internalize and say, I don't like how I feel when we lose. I don't like the result and how I feel. So I have to be able to know what I need to do to get myself ready to play. And it doesn't matter what I say or what I do. Every individual athlete has to look at themselves and say, I need to get myself ready to play tomorrow. I got nothing to lose. Like, it's backs up against the wall. Like, this is the time, and if we want our seniors to play on Sunday, like, we got to fight like crazy tomorrow and win 2 games.
Coach, you said heading into the regional that you guys felt like you were in a good headspace, feeling really loose. Does the game like this change that at all, or do you feel like the mood in the locker room is still feeling pretty good?
I mean, the mood in the locker room is they're pissed. Like, no one wants to lose. They're disappointed. They know that they are a better team than they played today. So they're always going to reflect back. And I mean, no one takes a loss worse than the players and the coaches. Like, we're going to evaluate and analyze, and I'll be watching film tonight until who knows what time to figure out what do we need to do in order to be successful tomorrow. And then we got to focus on Indiana, and we got to go out there, and we just have to win every single pitch. And if they have a good time and they trust their process and their preparation, they're going to be in a much better headspace than feeling like they have to win. They don't have to win. They just have to play hard, and they have to win every single pitch. That's all.
Awesome. Thank you both.
Yep.